Tempus fugit. Book 3 of Virgil's Georgics. This quote means time flies in Latin. It's pretty, isn't it? A dead language. Could speak 1,000 more words than any other. Have you seen the animation Onward? It's just a beautiful movie, truly inspiring. It made me reflect on preconceived ideas and the concept of time, because at a time there were magic and mystical creatures. But those times were gone over the centuries. They vanished in thin air as technology grew on beings. Jan Lightfoot, for instance, was an elf struggling with self-confidence during his teenage years, like who didn't anyways. On his 16th birthday, he was given the opportunity to resurrect his deceased father with a rare stunning phoenix gem and a magical spell. Seeing this character's hope light his whole face as he acknowledged the gift he prayed for so long, it was adorable. It is as if he finally felt connected to the present moment, as if to appreciate time was to feel the fabric of reality. It reminds me of what Mitsuha's grandma said in the anime, I think it's called Kimi no Nawa. Musubi is the old way of calling the local guardian god. This word has profound meaning. Typing thread is musubi. Connecting people is musubi. The flow of time is musubi. These are all the god's powers. So the braided cords that we make are the god's art and represents the flow of time itself. They converge and take shape, they twist, tangle, sometimes unravel, break, and then connect again. Musubi, knotting, that is time. I personally think that it's such a pure way to talk about time. To appreciate time is to feel the fabric of reality. It's like to be grateful about the time you have been gifted on earth by every fiber you could feel in that fabric. It's a hard thing to do for most of us, though. Some physicists and philosophers assert that time is an illusion. Is it? Their question must have suggested mainly whether time features were actual realities of a physical world or artificial constructs of human mentality, sometimes adding Einstein's theory of relativity to the equation. To me and to you, the past, present, and future are all entangled together, tied in a knot. There's no real sense of time as we ponder through our consciousness lens, except if you look at your watch or your phone. There are blurred lines. Simple example. You're eating a pizza, the motion in itself, going back and forth, sliding through your tongue's taste buds, the chewing, the memories, this is what I believe is called time. You gulped in the near past, you take another bite in the present moment, and you will savor it in the near future. And then it snowballs. Time eats you back. Change is real, but time is not. Time is only a reflection of change. If I was into complicating more our lives by trying to understand time as a physicist, I'd accentuate Ravelli's opinion to you, like that the whole universe obeys the law of quantum mechanics and thermodynamics, out of which time emerges. Energy, physical properties of nature at the scale of atoms, and subatomic particles. Our limited perception and ignorance help us to find solace in the little things, unraveling time with quantum uncertainty. We measure time subconsciously out of habit, We are pretty much habitual creatures, huh? But time, it just exists in the now. I do believe personally, with you and me. So forget about the negativity of the past. Keep the lessons with an open heart, a positive, receptive mind. Don't overthink about the future. Remember, we may or may not be there afterwards. The first thing that I learned with time, it's that the present moment is crucial. You should be grateful now. Love now. Forgive now. Help now. Your time is now. Who knows till when you have a chance to experience the magical aspect of life? The flow of your time in the now over your quantum uncertainty, it might tangle, break and connect, like musubi. But what happens and what matters the most is in knowing how you're going to spend that time, how you're going to experience that unreal possibility of now, the magic of it all. Appreciate time to feel the fabric of reality and be grateful now. And side note, if you're happy to be there with me by listening to my voice, just know that I might be twice as happy to reach you in any shape or form. Truthfully, my podcasts are part of the things that I cherish the most on my channel because they display a part of my personality which might be hidden to most when they are not able to see the complexity they simply don't want to see. The me trapped in four walls, the rawest identity of me. So thank you for being there, as I am here for you. Continuing with our magical story, like a disintegrating gem. As Jan casted the spell trying to resurrect his father for his special day, he got interrupted by his brother Barley, who wanted to help, until they realized that only the lower half of their dad's body was reformed. It makes me think of a second lesson I learned with time which I wanted to share with you. No one can truly help you in the end but yourself. To lack self-confidence is one thing, but to let it affect your present moment might just be a heartbreaking process. I do not like to speak about this at all, but it might just as well be of service to someone special out there. See, I feel like I've endured this moment Jan went through way too many times due to depression, like blaming others, blaming myself for a life I didn't choose, for the circumstances. We all do that. Blaming myself for a mind which makes everything go from easy mode to nightmare in the blink of a second with no absolute valid reason. And I'm sure that you know that feeling too, the feeling of not being enough. In all honesty, most of the time I'm alone because I do not want to burden anyone, or simply because I feel like I will never truly be enough. I don't know, but it might be the case for you too. And if it's the case for you too, then this podcast is for you. I always felt since little like I didn't belong. Whenever I went to my grandma's place, all my cousins and my older sister had fun playing together at the nearest convent's playground, while I played in my grandma's garden with the dogs in the mud. Time changes everything, or does it? Sure, bonds got stronger. I might be the favorite of some of them now. They might say that I was the one who was always backing away from them in the past when I was a kid, and it might be true, but we didn't share the same common interests. Or maybe I was just scared to not be cool enough, to not be good enough to play with them, to get out of my comfort zone. To me, my subconscious knew since the beginning of time that my purpose was going to be different than anybody else. that I'd give a new meaning to time itself, to the people who misunderstood me. Feeling like you're not good enough will only make you waste time. I can tell I am an expert. Most of the times I still feel like it. I might appear confident from time to time, but I'm not. I know how hard it is to go through tough times alone and harnessing what seems to be insignificant baggage, but trust me, no one can truly help you but yourself. No self-help book, no therapist, no friend. In the end, it's you. You have to be your best friend before anyone else does. You have to be your lover, your wife/husband before anyone else is. If you're able to do so, your perspective will start expanding. Never lose hope. Don't look back. Help yourself. Help yourself like you would help your best friend. Motivation doesn't just come like that. You act, and then eventually whatever action you made to impact positively your desires and dreams will create and trigger motivation in you. In the story, as a result, the brothers embarked on a quest to acquire another Phoenix gem, to be able to complete the spell before sunset in 24 hours. Thanks to Barley's knowledge and passion for role-playing games, they both decided to make their time worthwhile, to not give up because they craved so badly to see their dad. Eventually, Barley, the character I relate the most in the movie as being the black sheep of the family, he just knew instinctively where to go. He had passion, curiosity, that zest of chaos in society, a puppy-love, playful energy who can get stepped on in a matter of seconds by others. He was not much appreciated by anyone, but he embodied love and compassion. And I could relate the most to his pain because I feel the same. It's like wanting to be everything for the people you love, wanting to help them, but feeling like you're nothing at the end of the day, that they might not need your help for the simplest of things because they might think that you will screw up making a simple task as cleaning the dishes, for instance. You know? Me being the smallest in my family and the most troublesome, I always felt that I'm 25 and I'm still treated as a baby and I still feel like one. It doesn't really matter in the end though. I've earned a certain respect in here, dare I say. My family calls me the Shark for reasons I will not disclose today. I wish they could see me as someone more reliable and responsible though. The past has some consequences in our lives, no matter how small the matters might be. This is just a reminder to you to act in the present moment while remembering that fact. For example, if you want the people around you to see you as someone who is less moody and lunatic, just try your best in the present moment to be more grateful about the now through the Musubi concept. By the Musubi concept, I mean whatever it is that Mitsuha's grandma said, which is basically to feel the fabric of time through every of its fiber, to be grateful about it, to know about it in a different manner, in a respectful manner, and act in a way which reflects your wish of appearing happier to others. You will make better memories that way and not pile up some regrets/consequences on your mental health. So, to be or not to be a Manticore's frenzy. To find a map to another gem, Yan and Barley visited a tavern, once a gathering place for would-be adventurers managed by the Manticore quarry. While arguing with Yan over the map, Corey, the Manticore, realized how unfulfilling her life had become and lost her temper in what became a family restaurant with time, accidentally setting fire to it and the map. Due to that, the brothers' only clue to the gem was a kid's menu suggesting Raven's Point, a nearby mountain. The Manticore lost it, her magic. We can all be lunatic at times, crazy, freaky, as the moon phases, as the stars and planets that are in our gorgeous universe, which is why some people are die-hard fans of astrology. Can't relate, I prefer astronomy personally. It seems that time suggested that nothing is really set in stone for me, for you, for us all, as it is indeed some sort of numerical illusion to most of us, a set of images and memories and numbers and measurements. It makes me think of Plato. He once said in the Timaeus, the Demiurge brought into being the sun, the moon, and 5 other stars for the beginning of time. These are called wanderers. Planeta, planets, and they stand guard over the numbers of time. And so, people are all but ignorant of the fact that time really is the wandering of his bodies. Plato clearly says that time is the wanderings of the planets, their movements, and not a kind of number that measures such movement. Abstracting time from motion was an innovation of Aristotle's. For Plato, time was just celestial motion. Our world is still magical. No matter what, if you feel the Manticore's frenzy within you, taking some sort of unfulfilled desires, monstrous infrastructures in your life, your repressed emotions, burn it all down and spread your wings. The frenzy in itself being the rage you might have towards yourself, towards others, that negative impact we suffer from what we may expect from life. As I said in my previous podcast, like what is real or fear and abstractions. Try to break down the walls which stop you. Create your reality within the time you feel you've been given. But be comfortable doing it. Feel the musubi to your core. Feel the fabric of your reality. Feel the magic. It's in every fiber of it. You probably deserve so much more already, like I do too. I know it. Okay, let it all out. Scream and shout if you need to, but do not make others suffer for your mistakes. Own them, destroy them. Let your Manticore's frenzy break free from its shackles. This is why lesson number 3 is burn all your repressed emotion and spread your wings. Express yourself in a way that you're able to do so, but do not harm others while doing it. We are holy, don't forget that. Let the people know about that through your actions. I have a hard time believing in myself most of the times. Alone at nearly all times, I can definitely feel the frenzy as I repeat to myself that maybe I might not be good enough. Yes, I am there for the people I love and who loves me. But to me, for my personal journey, am I enough? Are we enough? You know, I'm lying to myself, and I know you are too if you can relate to that. Because in the end, we have a choice to see things from a positive perspective. So we should grab that opportunity at all times. It's pretty simple in most cases. For instance, a few years ago, there was a time where I got depressed, and to cope with it, I had tried a new method, which was to drink alcohol, and for 2 weeks straight, I craved and drank some heavy stuff. You might feel cool and fresh like a pirate for a minute, but the effects wear off, and the consequences could be addiction, violence, etc. You name it. Nothing truly good comes out of it. In the end, I stopped because it was the most lame way to cope with something, and I felt like shit every day. The pain intensified due to a consumption. Oh my god. The pain intensified due to the consumption, and I felt really, really lame. If you think that it can help, it just doesn't. In reality, it might just as well complicate your life by 10 times. We all have different ways to cope with things, but drugs and alcohol should not dictate you, and they don't help. So trust me, it's not worth it. Me personally, my favorite ways to escape reality are cartoons, animation, and gaming. You always have a choice. Sure, drink and be lame all your life if you want, for this example. Or cope with your pain by taking small baby steps towards a passion project. Life will never be easy. Recall that each time with a smile on your face. As cringy and cheesy as this quote sounds, it's just a better perspective. So don't say why me, say try me, like taunting life, knowing that whatever it throws at you, you'll take it. You'll take it, devour it, and spit it back on its face like a piranha. So try to enjoy the pain, but in a playful, motivating way. I know you already do, otherwise you wouldn't be sulking in it all day. So burn it, consume it, take advantage of your sadness. Let it be your trampoline to spread your wings. Anyways, I just want to see you happy. This is why somehow I do these podcasts and other videos, because they make me happy and I feel like it could help someone. I mean, there are things here which I might say that I low-key wished someone said to me in difficult times. So I truly hope my efforts are worth it, because I don't know. I just act with my heart over my mind most of the time, so let me know if it helped you in any shape or form. I would love to hear or see that. We're in this together. Have you seen the part of The Path of Peril with Guinevere and her sacrifice? Traveling to the mountains, Barley proposed to follow the Path of Peril, but his brother insisted on taking the freeway. As they traveled, Jan inadvertently revealed that he considered Barley to be a screw-up. To apologize, Jan agreed to follow the Path of Peril in the end. His self-confidence was boosted when he successfully used a spell which allowed him to walk across the scariest, bottomless pit he had ever seen, where, without being aware of it, he was walking without the rope that Barley tied him to over the second half of him crossing the pit. When they are pursued by the police, Barley sacrificed Guinevere, his precious van, to cause a landslide, blocking their pursuers. Oh my god, such a great, magnificent moment in the movie. With the rise of Valhalla? Are you kidding me? That made me shed a tear for Barley. Lesson number 4. People will never forget how you made them feel. As Barley, we can feel like total screw-up sometimes. We try to help people who don't notice it. It hurts, it just does. Or we make others feel emotions they might never feel again in their lifetime, because we are too passionate or wild. With self-confidence, we can get an easier life. This is why I encourage you to work on that. Use maybe words of affirmation and speak with your heart's fire, like Barley said, as if you were uttering a decree in front of a crowd of peasants in medieval times. It's just as easy as waking up in the morning and saying with conviction, I am so going to have a great day today. Then you get stuck into the traffic. Welp, it's not gonna faze you, 'cause guess what? You're so going to have a great day today. Sometimes telling things, affirmations to yourself could do the trick, but some days in your life are just meant to be harder. In times of great difficulty, My mom said to me, remember, God, the universe, will never put an obstacle in your way if he didn't believe you had the power to overcome it. Maybe it's true. Maybe you should see bad days just as tests. Some sacrifices will happen eventually for the greatest good. When I was 15, I thought that my boyfriend at the time was going to stay with me forever through each dates. It only lasted for 3 months, which doesn't really count because it's the minimum for a relationship to stand, at least, you know? And I've already said it once in a podcast, but things started to go downhill because I didn't want to lose my virginity with him. I was a minor, he was already legal. I was depressed at the time because my ego was shattered and bruised. I lost a lot of confidence due to this guy as he played a lot with my emotions and insecurities. He knew that I had them. I was young and going through puberty and stuff. He bullied me to think that I was not skinny enough when I was. That I was stupid when I wasn't. He always felt like I had too much power on him and that bugged him. This is why he treated me with a wishy-washy energy. Hot and cold. Wannabe fuckboy who fell in love type thing. It was a very idiotic way to treat an innocent teenager. But I am so grateful I didn't do anything more with him, because I didn't trust him and because I deserve better. But that sacrifice my ego felt was necessary. I learned a lot with time, like my ego was crushed. I was like, why is this not working? And goddamn, I'm so happy it didn't work at the end of the day. And you know what just happened? A few months ago in 2022, so this year, I just updated my profile picture on Facebook after a few years. I do not use my account. I just felt like updating it in a very nonchalant, uncommitted way. And guess who tries to add me as a friend? Welp, the cousin of my wannabe ex. And just a few days after that, my ex-boyfriend tried to add me as a friend to see more of me. And he's already married now and he has children and he does that. Sus. Bruh. I don't have an Alexa, but I was like, Alexa, play Why Are You So Obsessed With Me? by Mariah Carey. What the hell? Anyways, my account has extreme security. You can't see nothing except my face shining in the sun as a profile pic and my cover. So yeah, no worries. But I've become paranoid over the years because of people like that who always watches over me. It's like even on my WhatsApp, I have this picture as a WhatsApp picture. It's a frog. It's a beautiful painting. And I haven't changed it for years. I mean, why would I? If I change it, people will notice it. It will make me feel uncomfortable just because I know that some people might stalk me. I never post photos of me on social media. Never ever. Last time that I did was just with that Facebook profile and look what happened. I mean, it's super weird because after 3 years that I changed my profile picture, then just after a few days, some people like those added me, tried to add me as a friend to see more. I mean, it's weird. It's just weird. It's as if like they were watching me all the time. And my every moves. My tattoo artist and his wife made fun of me because of his picture, and I was like, you know, it might be weird, but at least I have none of my contacts that are actually having a photo of me in their possession, especially not an ex who would try to actually fap to it or whatever. I don't know. Like, I can see that happen. Like, him taking care of his kids and then seeing a photo of me and blow. No. 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 Ew. So undeserving, so lame. Oh my god, that makes me think of another story of some stalkers again. And you know, it has been 5 years that I haven't posted any photos of me on social media, on my personal ones, which mean the ones that I had since I was a teenager. You know, with family and friends and acquaintances and contacts. I am only social on my holy spicy chicken wing stuff now because I feel so much more comfortable here. There's no family, there's no people that will stalk me or whatever. It makes me think of that time again that, you know, I had a problem with my PC, my laptop, and I went in a place to fix it. And I hadn't had the ability, usually I'm paranoid enough to block every account, to remove every photos or whatever from my PC before getting it fixed. But I wasn't able to do that as my PC just broke down like that. So I wasn't able to log out from any account. And when I went to fetch my PC back after it was fixed, I was in the shop and there was a few men who were just at the back giggling like little girls with my PC, and I was so annoyed, so I was like making them known that I was in a hurry. Once they brought my PC back, I took it, and I don't understand why they were looking at me so strangely, like fixing me and stuff, like checking me out and stuff, and I don't know why they did that, because I was wearing a huge sweater and stuff. I mean, if you don't know me, I guess like just listening to my podcast will make you understand me more than anyone else. Like, you might know me more than even some of my cousins, for instance. So at the end of the day, we are not strangers at all if you listen to my podcast. But I did that with time. It made me feel more powerful to wear those things and to hide myself, because it's like I don't want you to think that I'm asking for anything. As with my past experiences, I feel like just putting a jogging on, or just putting like even like a legging, it seems like I don't have the ability to do so, because there might be just one guy friend who will try to sneak a spank here, you know, out of fun, as if it was fun for them. But it is not. I mean, what kind of friend are you if you think that you could just bang me out of nowhere like that? And there was once, one was dumb enough to reply to me that, hey, I mean, with that legging, it was as if you were asking for it. And that got me so pissed. It's just so annoying. This world is so annoying. It's as if like I can wear whatever it is that I want. Otherwise, what? Will I get spanked out of nowhere by a fucker? Wearing some sports leggings because I just have a workout or whatever. Will that mean that I'm asking for it? If I just want to be comfy, if I just want to do something, I mean, this is why I lost a little bit of hope, and a lot of hope, with the human race. You could stare all you want if you want, but boy, don't touch me. This gets me super pissed with man in general. Even have them, like, I don't even talk to these friends if they act like that with me. They're not my friends at the end of the day. And even that boyfriend, he wasn't a true boyfriend in the end. He never acted like one. You know what I'm saying? I diverted from the story, but once I got to get my PC fixed, as I said, those guys were trying to check me out, or try to. I knew that they were trying to check me out, and I find that weird that they were staring at me like that. And I checked my PC. It was okay. Very quickly, I overlooked it, and I came back home. When I came back home, I entered my PC again, my laptop, and I looked at my desktop and found a file. And the file had a bunch of photos of me from Google Photos. I went to my Google Chrome and saw in the history, like, those guys were watching every of my one photos that I had on my Google Photos, because I wasn't logged out from the account on my PC from my mail. It was from my mail. I never knew that we can enter even like Google Photos from the PC itself. I just had my Gmail on, and they found out my photos out of nowhere. Like they did their little investigation, and that annoyed me so badly. Like, I understood that they did their research, and they were giggling at the back and not giving me my PC in right time, and were stressed out and stuff like that to give it back to me because of that. And I was so pissed. It was like they took a bunch of photos and put it on a folder. What the hell? I don't know what they did with those photos, but there was just, I don't even take a lot of photos of me. I just had one photo that I took with my bikini and stuff like that, and photos, selfies. I didn't have a lot, so there was less than 10 photos that they had with them. But I know in this folder there were like special photos that I kept to myself, that they shouldn't have never seen because no one else on social media did. Those were personal stuff, and that made me so enraged. Like, when I was at home, I remember I was so pissed. Like, I wanted to do really bad things to them. Really, really bad things to them. And then I was like, I'm not gonna do anything about it, because I know that if they are low enough to do those type of stuff, I mean, I'm not gonna put myself down for that. In order to be on the same level to deal with them, because this is gonna go really ugly if I want to. So I was just so pissed. Some men, really make me pissed. I mean, if I was a girl who asked for it, okay, if I put it on social media, then take it all you want. But I'm not. I'm conservative in a sense. I hate it. It makes me feel disgusted. If someone else that I don't want to see my photos, just see it. It's like, no. What the hell? I don't know what they did with those photos, and that pissed me off. And I was so happy that I didn't have any nudes in there. I haven't took a nude since forever. So I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, hopefully I never took a nude on my personal stuff, because imagine, it's my personal stuff that they had access to. So just imagine if I had a nude in there. I would have been dead. Oh my god. Even for my haircut, usually I love to keep it short. because I don't like. I remember there was this one guy friend. He liked to grab my hair and, twist it in his hands out of nowhere while I was sitting and eating and stuff like that. It made me super uncomfortable when my hair was super soft after a brushing or whatever. Then he liked to caress it and twist it and do things with it, and it was so out of the pocket. Like, he should have never done that. This each time I have long hair, I get some sort of PTSD. Or even if I had a short hair, I feel like some guys would still love to put their filthy fucking hands in my hair, and that makes me just want to cry. I don't want to feel that submissive. I have a fucking mouth, and I'm gonna bark for them to understand that I fucking hate that. But for me, they're dead to me. A guy, especially a friend, like if he start to act in this certain type of way, then that is gonna be making me super pissed. That is gonna make me want to fucking break a vase on your head. For real. I hate this world. I hate some of the guys in it. There's so much disrespect. I can't fucking take it. And I'll never forget how that made me feel. Like putting your disgusting hand in my hair out of nowhere. That is gonna make me feel. I'm never gonna forget how that made me feel. How the other one just started touching me out of nowhere and I can't even help my way out of it. Or I'm never gonna forget how that made me feel. How I just wear some sportswear and then boom, I get spanked. I mean, I never asked for it, and I'm never gonna forget how that made me feel. I just feel like a fucking piece of meat, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. I'm human too, I have desires too. I'm no robot. I have feelings. So it's super annoying, If I want to be sexy, if I want to feel beautiful, I don't want to have to protect myself. I just want to be able to just do it without having to worry about the consequences of some narrow-minded fucking assholes. If I want to be kinky, it will be with someone that I love and choose, not with someone who... Not with any of those fuckers. This just drives me insane. It's like I always feel judged. I'm never gonna forget how all of this made me feel. This is so annoying. All those things that accumulates and I end up being a ghost. This is why I am and feel like a ghost and faceless on the internet most of the time now, because it's like I don't know. And I don't even feel that pretty, and I don't feel even like I deserve some sort of attention in some sort. I'm not seeking for any of it. I mean, if I was like most of these women on the internet, putting photos of their asses and their bikini, being full of having a ton of makeup on and stuff like that, I don't know, this is why I feel so comfortable being me on this channel and stuff. I just feel liberating. Like, I want people to notice my personality. I don't want someone who will love me only because of my body. For me, that is not love. That is lust. That is greed. That is not pure, in a sense. It makes me so sad. I'm just not a pair of fucking ass and tits or whatever. Like, I never asked to be that. I want someone to love me for my personality. Like, people see you and don't try to know more of you. Like, for them it's enough to see only the exterior, and they wouldn't bother to not know for years who it is that you truly are. And once they try to understand why you don't actually like them back, they're asking themselves why you don't like them back. Well, it's because you never truly knew me anyways. So what the hell do you think? What the hell do you think that I'll like about you with someone who doesn't try to know me more? I'm like, what's the point of all of this? Most of the time, my interaction with human beings makes me and leads me to the fact and the solemn, thought of, why the hell am I even here? I see people that like me for my personality, and that makes me feel so grateful to have them. In all honesty, my circle is so small that it's no wonder there will only be people in my circle of people who loves me for my personality before anything and everything that I can do for them. But it's so disrespectful. I mean, it's so disrespectful to think of me of just my body or whatever it is that I can bring to you in some sort of sense, physically speaking, because I won't be there. I want someone to make love to me, to understand me, to get to me, to be inside of me, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually. I just don't fuck with people who just want to fuck me. I don't respect that at all. I'll want to spit on your face type thing. That's all. If you don't love my personality, if you don't try to understand me, if you don't love me deeply, then there's no way for me to be interested in any of those guys. Don't worry, me and other people are still there, the people that actually don't love sex for what it is portrayed to be, and I'm just taking my time and not doing anything because I want to find the one, my special someone. In order to feel special, I feel like I need someone who understands me completely and who doesn't laugh at me, or someone who doesn't make me feel insecure. I just don't want someone who makes me feel insecure and makes me feel like I'm nothing. Because sometimes when I act too confident, and because I try to be, then somehow they try to put me down and make me feel like I'm nothing. For instance, if a man feels like I know about my power. They might think that I know that I'm beautiful. They might think that I have options. They might think that I have this and that going on for me. And they will try to put me down because they are interested in me and I'm not. And that breaks my heart because I'm like, I'll never make you feel like shit because because you don't sleep with me or whatever. So, yeah, it breaks my heart. Why even bother me when there are a lot of hoes out there that will probably love to have their attention? Anyways, back to what I learned. People will never forget how you make them feel. As with my ex who tried to contact me even after 10 years, and that we didn't truly knew each other. I think it's funny because since a long time ago I didn't care anymore, but I just know that I was one of the best things that might have happened to him, even in a short amount of time. And I don't like to talk about those things because I regret going out with someone like that, which is why I said it doesn't even count as a relationship to me. But I didn't know better at the time, as he complimented me non-stop a day and tried to crush me the other. He was a very insecure, egoistical guy when I look back at it. It's after whatever is done that you realize how people truly are. It's when you grow up with time that you realize that somehow they still took advantage of you in some shape or form, but no matter what, people will never forget how you made them feel. After 1 year of breakup, he still tried to reach me, even if he was already with his wife-to-be. After 5 years, he still tried again, once, and now 10 years, just told you. The guy wants to know what I'm doing with my life, but I don't care. I didn't even click on his profile to see anything. So I hope that he doesn't think that I try to investigate back at him, because that would be too much privilege, in all honesty. I don't want him to think, even thinking, that I know about his existence. And I do not like to talk badly about my past wannabe interests, or to talk about the past at all. So I'm sorry, but that one made fun of my dad once, and I still hate him for that, thinking he was the shit or something. Plus, it's just an experience that fit well with the lesson I'm trying to give you. He will never forget how loved I made him feel without having to, ew. And I will never forget how he talked just once about my dad. That made me feel disgusted, and it's only one little arrogant joke about my dad's business. But he's a nobody, he has no value, and that dumb joke had me pissed. No, thank you. Usually, people can talk ill of me all they want, but never of my family. They would probably be dead to me if they dared to, just like him. I'm so grateful that I deserve so much better than all of this. I was meant for bigger, better, and greater things, and time proved me that. Anyways, they will never forget how you made them feel. He told me while being in a relationship with his wife-to-be that, like, he could be with everyone else, but he never felt the way he did for me for no one else. And I think it's normal, in all honesty. I just do that. I love to make people feel intensely things out of the ordinary. I know at least 3 fuckboys who will always wonder about me all their lives, and I didn't even need to touch them physically. I could see that in their eyeballs, the things I made them feel, the past, the present, and the future. But that doesn't matter to me. If you want an example of what I will never forget, here is one. During an internship in an advertising company, I got verbally harassed by my superior in a sexual manner. Again, this one too has wife and kids, but no value, no intelligence. It made my internship more rough to me. I don't see myself working in companies under some boss's order and stuff usually, so that just confirmed that. Experiences with time just confirms my persona, and it will to you too. But this internship ended and I got just one compliment, which I will never forget. One of the staff members said to me, "It's hard to come across people like you. You have a beautiful heart. You will go very far in life. And I'm grateful I have met you." I will never forget that. Why would I? This sentence all by itself just make me feel so much emotions that none of my past wannabe relationships or situationships made me feel once. I felt proud of myself that after a very long time of not being able to due to my mental health, it didn't make me feel like a piece of meat or a screw up, and I felt seen and finally appreciated to my true value. Which is why I repeat, people will never truly forget how you made them feel. Show them how beautiful you are, and those who are meant to enjoy your true form of beauty, no matter how raw, will stick around for you, for just being you. I never tell that old guy how much I needed to hear that when he said it, because I don't like to cry about my problems all day to others. I keep it all to myself usually and hide my emotions pretty well sometimes, but God, I needed that, and I'm grateful he said it. I recommend to you in the week after you hear this to compliment a friend or to show that you care a little bit more. Because like in the movie Onward, sometimes we are never truly able to express how we feel. As Barley's secret, a raven unraveled in space. Barley never said to Yin the fourth memory he had of his dad before he passed away. He revealed to his brother how he got scared of losing his father and that he was not able to be by his side and say goodbye while in the hospital. I can relate to that. When I was 5, I didn't understand why my dad had to take a business trip to South Africa all of a sudden. All I expected was new gifts, plenty of new gifts, and games. In reality, he had to be operated emergently. He had numerous diseases, including a heart disease. He died on the operation table for a minute, and the doctors were skilled enough to make him revive. It was a miracle. If he stayed in our country, he would have been dead. I didn't understand why he came back home on a wheelchair, but I'm forever grateful he's still alive today and going strong. He always say he has some African blood now ever since, which is why he dances through his life to the fullest. He used to be a businessman who loved to spend a lot of time working, but since that incident, he wanted to just enjoy life, not just make money. I respect that and a lot of his decisions in the end, no matter how hard they could be. He's the only one who truly knows what he's been through. At least he has a clear, pure heart, he says. And his conscience is a safe space at most times, according to him. So that made me low-key proud of him. Lesson number 5. Energy is everything. The energy you put on a project, the energy you waste, sulking about not having an opportunity, the energy you spend time trying to rehabilitate yourself after an incident. Energy becomes synergy. Opportunity becomes scarcity when we get scared. Energy can be contagious too. Choose the people in your circle carefully. They might shape who you will become. The energy you emanate will attract and balance according to your frequency. So just be careful with that. Always try to have friends, acquaintances who will lift you up and strive to be a positive impact on theirs too. My two best friends are nerds. We spend times playing board games when we are together, and they spend their days working their asses off. They are part of my inspiration, and I love them for who they are. Like, if they spend their nights clubbing, being hoes or whatever, I would have never find them as entertaining as I do. They're just the best. Is it already 10 years or more? We got to do something for our anniversary. I'm sure one of them watched all my podcasts because she likes when I make them. She calls me her butterfly, even though I'm not as delicate as one. I'm pretty aggressive. I know that she struggles with studying medicine. It's pretty harsh in this competing world. I don't understand it too much because I'm in the art world, and we artists are just like from one downfall to finish homeless or something. In a box under a bridge, asking people to solve riddles for money. But even when times are hard, I try to be there for her and to lift her up, and to tell her, I always tell her that if she's sure that this is gonna make her happy, to be a doctor, to be a pediatrician, sorry, I can't say the word. But même si elle veut être une pédiatre, that she should strive to do so. There's no other way. But the energy of my two best friends is everything. I do not usually say that enough to them, I guess. They're two of the people who help me to find peace and to want to stay alive. And I don't usually say it, because I get scared when I get depressed, as if I don't want to reach out for anyone. And if it happened to you, I understand why. Yeah, you don't want people to worry or to be a burden to them. I remember a key moment in our friendship when at 17 or 18, I admitted to them at one point that I was going through it. We were sitting in my best friend's garden and I was crying. Let that be known, I always hide my feelings, especially if they won't be beneficial to others. So they always felt, and their parents too, always felt that I was that happy-go-lucky girl, perky, random, scary, weird, until the day where I told the truth. Sometimes it's important to tell the people you love what you're going through, otherwise it would be selfish. Energy is everything. If you want stronger bonds, you have to open up to the ones who deserve it. After around 3 years of friendship, I was able to talk to them about some issues in my life for the first time. Don't forget that I was scared, even though I appear very confident and careless. Hence the amount of time spent going through it alone. And I don't regret revealing it to them, because with their reactions I already knew we would be friends for much more years to come. The only regret is that whenever I look tired now, they might actually think that something is going wrong. And that pisses me off, because I do not want to ruin the time they spend with me, especially when they come back from the country for the holidays for a short span of time. This is why, by the fountain, you will find me. After the long adventure to find the Phoenix Gem, Barley trusted his guts and knew that his chance to see his father were not going to be wasted, despite being led all the way back to the same fountain he once protected with his life, to a place where it seemed that the gem wasn't going to be there. Hopeless Jan confirmed that Barley was a screw-up and that he wasted both of their energy through all of these quests they had to go through due to Barley's ideas. But in the end, the gem was truly already there. Sometimes the answers you need are closer than you might think. Maybe it's as simple as wanting to be happy and creating that happiness through perseverance and faith. Example, I do not like how certain guys treat me. I scream in their face or keep my distance to calm myself down. Simple. Sometimes they get scared of me, which I really love. 8 years ago, so forever long ago, a guy had the audacity to say to me with his what he thought was his sexy voice, "Ah, t'es une cochonne toi, t'es trop bonne, putain." I hated that because it means you're so hot, kinky in French, like a pig, and damn, you're the baddest bitch type thing. A lot might think it's sexy to initiate some sort of activities like that. I don't. On which planet did that guy who breathed heavily like a real pig himself when he was by my side thought I would love to be called a bitch? Call your mama if you want like that, not me. He auto-rejected himself with disrespect. It still makes me laugh. I remember I crossed my arms, did nothing with him, and was like, you know what? You don't treat me like that. You don't even try, because you'll get nothing. I don't like the disrespect, and I will not take it. Man, I was not having it. Communicate, it's important. Let them know with simplicity who it is that you are. Communicate the answers you seek. In the end, they will know that your opinion is worthy of being respected. If they do not understand, it's simple too. Do not give a fudge. Walk away. Let them find someone who plays in the same league as them. I'm not interested at all to open my legs for anyone, because no one deserves me. And I'm too rad for all of these girly submissive type of stuff. Plus, I like to keep my energy magical and holy. With time I discovered my value, learned to feel more proud of myself. So I feel angry when people do not see that value, or if they don't remember it. Lesson 6. Simplicity is key. Narrow down your thoughts and desires. Be precise. Understand yourself a little bit better every day. Knowing yourself, affirming yourself, takes time. All of these take time to understand who you are, to understand who you want to be. What do you want to do? I remember I used to always want to make my mom proud of me. I feel like my dad already was, but once I came back with a 19.5 out of 20 in science class and showed it to my mom just once, I remember she said to me, "Why not 20? That got me pissed. I was like that otter who held its ukulele meme ever since. Insecure, not good enough. But with time, everything falls in place. Now my mom learned to show more appreciation towards my artworks and tells me they're beautiful. So that gives me a boost, because I'm not confident. With time, I learned that the only person I truly want to be proud of me is myself before anybody else. Like, I couldn't care less about other people. I just want to believe in me. We are human. We love to create problems, and we love solving them. When the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre in 1911, the empty space it left on the wall attracted more visitors than the painting had. Imagine how lame that is. Years of work by Da Vinci, a slacker, who liked to take his time and procrastinate, to not be seen by humans? Actually, I think it got super famous as it was so avant-garde. It was the first time a painting eyes looked straight at the viewer, so it was somehow magical with different techniques. Yet, due to a media frenzy, she got the worldwide attention. Humans just love problems. It's as if we like to make them up as we get bored. If you want to get attention on social media, there's nothing better than a big, huge problematic. And then you got kids who just love it, pouring fuel to a fire and stuff. Tiring. Even on the newspaper, they know we won't care if a dog found a pond to chill its molasses in all security. Actually, I would. We just want to know who died in their apartment by a psychomaniac serial killer. I guess in every place of the world it's pretty much the same in the end as long as there are humans inhabiting it. Sometimes I just wish I could be like Tarzan living in a treehouse or something, away from society. I have thought about it for months now, but I do care about some luxuries. As if we needed to know what other people did to spend their time. According to a statistic, though, it's interesting. It seems that people sometimes don't like to mind their own business, but it's okay. We are all low-key like this to a certain degree. No one is gonna be perfect, remember that? No family is perfect. No lover is gonna be too. No friend. Forgiveness is needed in terms of love, for growth, to expand. Time consumes our consciousness, or even the collective of minds, yet you should find peace in knowing in which collection of your time here on planet Earth you'd rather believe or not. The good ones or the bad ones. Which one you'll keep, and which one you have to let go of. And whether or not you believe in fatalism, which is understood as the doctrine that whatever will happen in the future is already unavoidable, you got to take your own life by the horns. You have no choice sometimes. I do not believe that an event is unavoidable or that no agent is able to prevent it from occurring. I just do believe that whatever it is that you truly want, you will get it. Just try not to be scared by it though. Otherwise, it slows the process of you working to get it. With time, you will learn, grasshopper. And me too, as I'm pretty stupid and clueless and still have a lot of things to learn. Anyways, in the end, Jan the elf realized that treating his brother as a screw-up was kind of just douchey. 'Cause yup, he ain't that at all. Everyone has their own pace and personality. You should not compare yourself to anyone, or you will get insecure, so avoid that. And Jan finally noticed that everything that he always wanted to do with his dad if he was alive for one day was already accomplished by spending time with his brother. Usually, we find and create problems that aren't truly there, and the answers, which are clearly there right under our nose, starts to dissipate. I love how in the end of the movie, Barley wanted to fight the dragon curse which protected the Phoenix Gem for the spell to be completed, in order for Jan to finally be able to see their father. But instead, Jan allowed Barley to say goodbye finally to his father, when he was not able to do so in his fourth memory, as he got scared. Jan protected his brother by fighting, and that was truly heroic yet heartbreaking, because we kind of wish them both to see their father. I think it's really important and truly important to know that you can magnify your capacities no matter how small, just as the wooden staff Jan transformed after it got destroyed and he was left with only a small piece of it. He had the determination and passion required facing the most extreme situation, and it should be inspiring to you too. It's like Musubi. So watch the movie if you hadn't, and watch it again if you already did. It's so good. It's on my top 10 favorite animations before Brother Bears. So to conclude this video, the 6 valuable lessons I learned with time are: 1. The present moment is crucial. 2. No one can truly help you in the end but yourself. 3. Burn all your repressed emotions and spread your wings eventually. 4. People will never forget how you made them feel. 5. Energy is everything. And 6. Simplicity is key. Time might just be an illusion, just as some of your memories which might be distorted relating to the feelings you attach to them. Those core memories, if sad, those images should not define who you are or who you will become. If they are happy memories, keep them close to your heart. Try to use that energy the most to give happiness to others, to create magic. There's no secret to life, but if you want magic, create it with a smile on your face, knowing that everything you want is already yours, and that everything you need is already in your life, even if you can't see it yet. Because magic truly exists, especially if you believe in it. So as Onward expressed it so beautifully itself, I hope there's a little magic left in you.